All right. Welcome back to Midwest Melanin Mafia. It's been a minute, but it ain't been that long. Y'all will be fine. We got a big show because we got a lot to discuss. First things first, everybody, y'all can say hi, introduce yourselves, whatever y'all want to do, and then we'll dive into the show.
I guess I'll go. I think everyone else still lacking. I mean, Cinco is probably looking for excuses to not be on right now.
Cinco is there.
He's there, hanging on.
He's there. He's fine.
It's like he's hiding in the corner.
So wrong. Everybody's here, and we're gonna get into it. So there was a bet amongst the podcast, all right, as to who was gonna win the elimination chamber. Nicole
No, it was me.
said
It was Rumble.
it was Rumble. My bad. So it was Rumble, and Nicole said that it wasn't gonna be Cena. Cinco said that it was. Cinco lost. They added some things to this bet before it was decided. And now Cinco has to have Mania, and he has to be their designated driver for the Mania.
Period.
He's not looking forward to it. Hence why he's probably so silent. But
Hey, hold for a second. I just got my mic good and ready now.
Hey, Cinco.
I didn't hear nothing that happened in the first 2 minutes of his live. I don't like what's going on. Now I feel like talking about the bet. So look here.
Hey Cinco, you heard that new? Hey Cinco, you heard that new Kendrick? He dedicated it to you.
Nigga.
It don't matter because I got cheated out of the Royal Rumble.
How?
Because we know the wrong person won, and it was at the last second when we know somebody else should have won.
Wow.
You can't move the goalpost.
See around this time is when the Soulja Boy video will pop up.
Look, we all know all y'all was getting nervous when y'all saw Cena was the last person left. I don't want to hear y'all say, "Oh, y'all have faith."
And what Pinky say? Yeah, you're a little nervous. I stood my ground.
It don't matter, but it's cool though. It's cool. I'm gonna drive Nicole around, but guess what? We playing the car the whole time she in my car though.
No.
On repeat.
You can play whatever you want.
You do not want to pull up to Wale Mania.
You can play whatever you want.
Cena.
That's nuts.
Because I know Dan
Wale Mania playing Cena.
Lovely in that car, and she's gonna make you change that channel. Change
we gonna play
that real quick.
We playing the whole John Cena "My Time Is Now" CD.
No, you wildin'. You wildin'.
Got to find that on Apple Music and play it from start to finish.
That's some bullshit. That's crazy.
I don't care. We'll let Britt put the itinerary together, but for sure going to the dispensary.
Well, he is real upset.
That's his fault.
Because he should have won.
He should have won.
Why not?
Because he should have went elimination chamber.
He was in there.
I was saying that for Jump because he's been losing for fucking 2 years straight, and everybody wanted him to come out of his super duper loser streak to win a Rumble. No, let him work up to it a little bit, and he can win elimination chamber. That's how he gets there.
Boo! I hate
it. Now watch you be the last one eliminated in elimination chamber.
Then I would actually be.
It's not gonna happen. No, what's gonna happen?
Bad about that.
We about to have a what's that? Logan Paul versus John Cena match at WrestleMania.
I would rather not.
Watch Cena's gonna be the last one eliminated. Then we're gonna have to have like an emergency episode so Cena could vent. I'm tired of this, man.
Right. So I'm like, why I gotta see him fight Logan
I
Paul
mean,
for his last WrestleMania match?
I
I
wouldn't be
mean,
shocked if they waited till SummerSlam to get him the belt.
fair.
I would not be surprised if they do that.
I just don't
I
want to
hate
see
to
him
say it
against
for
Logan
Cena
Paul,
fans, but
I don't want him going up against Logan Paul either.
but it's gonna happen.
That sucks.
someone has to
Someone has to
sacrifice
go
their
against
Mania
Logan
and
Paul.
fight Logan Paul this year.
Yeah,
So it's
somebody
a
does. It
toss
should
up
be.
between
No.
Unfortunately AJ.
Ugh.
Who else? They got roaming around there.
He just came back. Like, you gonna make
CM
AJ Styles do it?
CM Punk.
Ray.
CM Punk ain't losing to Logan Paul. That's
Yeah.
not happening. So let him do it. Shit.
Has
He'll
he
do a
won
lot of
at a
things.
Mania? He has won at a Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Did he become U.S. champion at Mania, or was he already before Mania? I mean, he retained.
He was already champion.
Okay.
See what happened when you got money? That's what happened.
Mm.
Cena got money. He still lost. You still.
Oh,
That's
shit.
a different type of. Logan Paul's paying to be in WWE, so it's a little bit different.
Hello.
Right.
Yeah,
So
like he's literally paying to be there.
Hello.
right. So it's gonna be a little bit more top dollar. Like, I want to match with John Cena, and then he'll give him this brand. Like, well, kind of can't say no to the money. So
right. I mean,
So we're all in agreement that Cena's not winning Elimination Chamber, right?
I don't know.
Seth Rollins ain't winning no Elimination Chamber either, so I don't know why he talking.
I mean, he might. He might win it.
No.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know who gonna win that.
You don't. You really don't. It's a toss-up. It's probably gonna be Drew, though. I feel like.
Oh my god, I'm be sick.
It's gonna be fucking Drew.
I feel like that's what it probably will be.
Because I have a feeling that Cody's gonna turn down Rock, and Drew's gonna end up being the Rock's right hand.
Yeah, it makes sense. Because we know we getting CM Punk and Seth and Mania. We're gonna get Logan Paul versus John Cena. Damian Priest is just a placeholder, so the last person left is Drew.
I forgot about Damian Priest.
Exactly. See, look, there you go.
I forgot about
Priest. Ain't nobody say his name.
Forgot about Priest.
Oh shit! I forgot he in there too.
Exactly. He just we need a sixth man.
Maybe he could be the one that gets the Logan Paul match.
No.
Even though I don't want to see it,
for the company. They
don't
gonna
do
have
him
to
like that.
They're just all have to go back there and play eeny, meeny, miny, mo and figure it out.
You know, he can give old boy the fucking Southampton choke slam. He can finish her in a match. You know,
they need to go back there and draw.
Because Speed is they love spot puppy. They love celebrity spot puppy now.
Man, no.
Whenever they need a big spot, they hit up Speed. Like, yo, you wanna fucking
Speed ain't going back out there.
He said, "Fuck you."
You want to get a choke slam through the table at WrestleMania?
He said, "I've never been hit so hard in my life."
You can tell he turned the wrong way and it cost him.
All right. Okay, we should probably try to stay on track. What were we all supposed to talk about?
We moved on from there.
AEW Grand Slam.
Yeah, because we didn't talk about it. We talked about it on our podcast, not on Midwest Melanin Mafia.
It was not that great.
They had a lot of difficulties with people knowing if it was a PLE or a TV special or not. Because I thought it was a PLE. So I was looking for it to be a PLE. And then they were like, oh, it's supposed to stream on Max. And I'm like, okay. I went to Max. There was nothing. So I was like, all right, not meant for me to watch it then, I guess.
They just sent you off.
Pretty much, because I
Well,
was
the
gonna watch
whole
it.
notion behind it was like really confusing for a while.
That's it's like this. They had it on They had to have it on TBS. It wasn't on TNT. The All-Star game was on, and it was supposed to air after that. On TNT, it was Anthony Davis's prank show that aired on TNT. So I didn't even think about TBS. I just assumed it would be on Max. So I went to Max. And then it was like, well, no, you got to go to TNT. And I'm like, okay, go to TNT. And it's the prank show. And I'm like, this shit is not on TV. It got to be a PLE. What are y'all talking about? I left it alone. I wanted to see it because considering what I saw from some of the reviews of it, the match quality of the show was okay. A lot of people were complaining about aesthetics. The ring was smaller than normal. So they were complaining about that. They were complaining about the size of the venue, which I think those are just, that's not really anything you can control. You can only go about it how good the show was. And from what I heard, based off of the matches were pretty decent, especially the first match and the last match. They were really good. And Tony Storm is champion again.
Yeah,
And everybody's happy about
everyone was big
Yay,
mad
Tony
over the size of the
Storm.
ring for some reason.
Yeah, which I didn't care about. I was more so with them not clarifying was this a PLE or not even a PLE. They don't do PLEs. A pay per view or a TV special or like what the fuck.
Yeah, they just clarifying that was not clear, and we were having a rough time trying to figure that out. But
Yeah.
from what all the dirt sheets were saying, they had a solid show if you were able to watch it. It was a good show.
I was just so through with the people complaining about the ring size too. And I'm like, do y'all got tape measures out? Like, I know it did look kind of weird, like in certain, like really panned out, but that's production's fault because there's no reason for them to pan out like that. And if they know that they have like a size discrepancy with the ring, like they should know better.
Fair enough. Anybody else got any AEW Grand Slam things to talk about? Because we're gonna move into WWE.
Nope.
Not no.
You sure, Cinco? Because once we move into WWE, you know what we have to talk about. So.
Yeah, John Cena. Go ahead. Move forward. Congrats to all Elite Wrestling for their show.
Look, we're going to NXT. Actually,
Even
we're
better.
talking about Ricky
Wait,
Saint.
was Grand Slam that Wait, was that Grand Slam or Dynamite with that whole chair situation?
Oh
Uh,
gosh. It was
I
a
think that was
di- it
Dynamite.
was a dynamite. It was either dynamite or a collision, but yeah, it was a TV. It wasn't on the pay-per-view.
That was a TV show. The situation with Thunder Rosa, Megan, and Penelope Ford.
It was the dynamite.
So they were supposed to have a spot where I don't know who was in the ring getting beat up. So somebody gonna have to explain that because I don't know who that was. Thunder came out for the save with the chair, and there was an awkward moment because Megan and Penelope were not selling the fact that she had the chair. And when she tried to swing it, they didn't get out the ring. They didn't cower. They didn't do anything. It's very awkward. And she's trying to like not hit them. Obviously, you can see that. It just didn't look right. It didn't look good. It made Thunder look like an idiot. And it's bad. It's the best. And you can see the clip on Twitter if you want to see it. It is up there. The first thing you see when you type in Thunder Rosa is that clip, which is very, very fucked up. It is. I I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what their issue is, but they were supposed to sell the fact she had the chair. Now, the other podcast put the blame on both parties. Me personally, if I'm coming out there with a chair, the people in the ring are supposed to sell the fact that I have the chair. I have the chair. What do you want me to do? I'm supposed to stand there and wave it around like an idiot? No. You get your ass out the ring, and then I'll react to what you're doing. That's how that's supposed to work. I just don't think they like Thunder Rosa, personally. I don't think they like her because they keep finding ways to make her look like this every time. And I don't like it.
Yeah, you saying that she got a Sharkeisha person backstage?
I don't know. But given what's been said about their backstage politics,
Yeah, it was very clicky.
yeah, so I'm not surprised. What happened?
I said hit him with the woo-wop, that church's, that two-piece special.
Somebody gotta do something. What y'all are doing is like y'all sandbagging her on national TV. And that's not cool. Like, I can understand if you don't like her, but there has to be a level of professionalism here. And y'all are intentionally trying to make her look incompetent when you know it's the opposite. So I don't like that. I would have went backstage raising hell if that was me. Because you embarrassed me. The fuck is going on? Like, what are we doing? If we're going to be in this, I have to be able to trust you. You got to trust me. You don't have to like me, but there should be a certain level of respect that when we're trying to portray something, it should be done properly. Why are you out there pretending like I don't have a fucking weapon in my hand? I can see if I came down there by myself with no chair. No, I'm not a threat. It's two of y'all versus me. But if I come down there with a chair, you're supposed to sell the chair. Period. So what the hell is going on to make you stand out there and then you standing in my face? This is a shoot fight after that. Once you start raising up on me and I got a chair in my hand and you're not trying to sell what I'm doing, I'm punching you in your shit. I'm just knocking you the fuck out. I'm not even going to wrestle no more. It's just going to be a full-on fight because you disrespected me. And I don't like it. They lucky. They got the right one. Because I would be tearing up some shit. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no way you could forget that spot.
No, they got some issues with Thunder. And if I was Thunder, I would leave. Honestly. And not to go to WWE, I would just leave for the peace of mind. Because I don't have time to deal with no childish bullshit. And as long as Tony keeps letting that happen, shit like this will spill over into your TV. That's what happened when you had that shit with Adam Page being able to cut the promo on CM Punk and countless other situations that have happened on TV when it should have been settled and handled backstage. We shouldn't know anything like this is happening. But you ain't got no order back there. So this kind of shit don't happen a lot.
And that I'm showing the video of you getting hemmed up on national TV.
I'm just.
I would be like, bro, really? Like,
I'll be whooping ass. You're not gonna disrespect me. Like, that's not happening.
Like, you really posted the video of Jungle Boy getting them paws put on her.
Just we're moving on. We're moving on. So we're gonna go to WWE. NXT. Ricky Saints had his debut match. They were the main event for NXT this week.
No, now he wakes up.
True. True London.
No, we are not calling that
for him.
Yes, we are.
No,
his mama named Trill, so I'm gonna call him Trill.
Stop.
Trill London.
Oh my! When that lady named him Richard.
Trill.
Call him Trill.
Oh my gosh!
All right, so what we talking about? Trill debut match.
Yeah,
No.
his whole first name was Trill Richard,
Stop.
but he
I'm
Stop.
shortened
talking
it
about
Richard.
Ricky
But he
State.
shortened it Richard for the professional world
I hate y'all. I hate y'all so
because he knew no one was hiring no one
Ricky's
named Trill.
Ricky had his debut match. It wasn't a tag team. He was tag teaming with Javon Evans. Javon Evans and Ricky went up against Ethan Page and Wesley.
So
They
it's
won.
literally everybody black and Ethan Page.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
And there's Mark.
So I have a question because I didn't get to watch all of NXT, but I want to know why were Trick and Javon about to get into it?
Trick is just being real. I think Trick was just being testy. That clip that you
Okay,
saw, that was like the whole interaction. He was just testy.
got it. Because I'm like, what happened? Like, how did it get
Nothing.
to? He just
He
spazzing.
just in
Okay,
his feelings.
fair enough. Um, a lot happened on NXT. So you got a winner take all moment between Stephanie and Julia that's happening at Roadblock.
Apparently,
It's
Julia's
title versus
injured.
title match. You think she's injured?
I said apparently she's injured.
Oh,
I didn't get to read the full article, but I saw a tweet. I don't know if it was like Russell Votes or some shit like that. I have to go look at it again. But apparently how they phrased it, that she is alleged dealing with an injury.
that sucks. They let Moose wrestle. Um,
It's Muth.
he fucking won, I guess. He went up against Nexus King, so I don't care. Um,
I turned that
You
channel so fast.
have to raise a shark. Face
that spear
liner.
was ridiculously sad. It was very sad spear. It was such a bad spear.
This spears are funny because of the flip.
It's so sad. It's like Jesus. Like
It's like, what are you doing?
you have one job, and that's you're just sparing them, babe. It's not hard. It's not.
It's the front flip that he does with it.
I just hate him, and I don't. I can't stand him. I refuse to watch him on my screen. I did get to see Obafemi came out there and challenged Moose to a match at Roadblock. I don't want to watch that match. I don't want to watch it.
I hate
I
that for
really
Oba.
don't. Yeah, I don't want to watch it. And like this, like really, this is the first time outside of like Jordan Grace when she had her time in NXT before she left TNA. This is the first time that TNA has really gotten any wins over NXT talent. So you had Moose beat Lexus King, and then the Hardy Boys beat the No Catch Quarter Crew. And then the Santino Morella came down and made the proclamation that they will face off against Fraxium at
I forgot
Roadblock.
Daniel Garcia was even fucking there, let alone champion. Oh my god, FTR.
She's watching Dynamite. Fraxium is supposed to face off against the Hardy Boys, and they will defend their tag team titles
Ooh, let me turn this
against
down before
Fraxium.
Tony copyright strikes us.
Fraxium could possibly become double champions in two separate companies. Awesome sauce, I guess.
Then Roxanne got the taste smacked out of her mouth.
Who?
Roxanne by Jordan Grace.
I know
Yeah, cause
Jordan.
she
I don't know why Jordan was trying to move "Love You Sis," but she ended up like poking fun herself. I said you was moving too much with that shirt on, girl. You almost had
girl.
almost had an issue.
Why? She ain't got no titties to have a titty slip. What did you?
You still see areolas.
You ain't gonna see nothing but a nipple. Shit. She ain't got no titties.
It's on CW. They don't care about no nipples.
Y'all know that lady ain't got no nipples.
I know. She knows she ain't got no titties. We love you, Jordan. No.
Ain't no
See,
wrong with you
there's a
being a part.
difference. There's a difference between what y'all just said.
All
She said she
bodies
ain't
are
got no
beautiful.
nipple.
What is MJF getting done? I can almost guarantee you I can probably he's getting his ass lasered. Just what everyone wants to see. Oh no, actually he's
What?
getting that JK,
What?
he's getting that dumb AEW tattoo removed.
Oh, great. What? It's on his ass?
No, I thought it was. It's on his like calf. Oh, that's a cute little truck Hangman pulled in on.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Ricky Saints, period.
Yeah, Ricky went up against
Real.
Ethan Page and Wesley with Javon Evans, and he was able to win the match by himself because Javon was fighting Ethan Page in the back. And it was just Saints and Lee out there fighting.
He was really good.
Saints
He was
kid.
like real. He was real pumped up. And then I think yeah, I did. I watched like his post match interview online.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, he's a Pisces, so they be fucking boohooing.
He ain't
Um,
shit. He ain't shit.
they get
He
real.
putting off for the trill.
I
Yeah,
can't.
Pisces, they get real fired up and real emotional. Then everything all splutters out. But I was like, happy for him.
Trill, yeah.
So
I mean,
Look
but
at
that's
that
crazy
trill.
though. He hasn't wrestled on TV in almost a year. That's fucking crazy to
they
think
say he
about.
did really, really good.
He did do good. Oh, here's Aaron Solo.
All
I was
right.
just talking about didn't know his motherfucker was still even on the roster.
All right. So last Friday, we got a couple of things that were announced. Number one, well, let's go to Chris Bey. Chris Bey got injured some time ago. It didn't look good, but the doctors did say his progress was slow, but it was good progress. Now Chris Bey is able to walk again. They showed it, I think it was last month, that he was able to walk on his Twitter, and it is very, very good to see him stand up and actually walk. So he's getting better every single day. So shout out to you, Chris Bey. Hope you're getting better
Love you,
every single
Chris.
day. Very
That's
happy to
just
see your
crazy.
progress.
I know. I was like, cause and I'm like very happy about how hush hush everyone kept it
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, him being like that paralyzed, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's very scary. So I'm glad that he's getting better and he's doing it faster than what most people thought, even his own doctor. So this is a very good sign for him. I just want him to be okay. I don't care about him wrestling. I just want him to be okay. So shout out to you, babes. Get well soon. Now, Friday, you got a couple of things that happened, and we'll get into Rock and Cody in a
Oh my
minute.
god.
Friday, they made the announcement. They made the announcement Friday that Mania in 2026 is going to be in New Orleans. And I'm like, it's always in New Orleans within like a 5 to 10 year span. It always shows up in New Orleans. So I wasn't surprised. Um, but they are going to be in New Orleans for Mania in 2026.
I'm so sick about it. I was like, I'm not gonna go to Mania next year. And I was like, are you
Yes, the hell you
fucking
are. We
I
are
was like
going to be walking down this street, drinking every day, every night, having a great time.
I was
Be
like
like, Single got to jump for 2 Manias next year.
I was
Yes, the hell you are.
so I was so
Single drinking for two
disgusted.
Manias.
I ain't making no bet for next man. You fuck that.
I was so disgusted as soon as I was like, oh God, Mania is gonna be in New Orleans. I don't know. No. Also, people not knowing the fucking Hot Boys blew me. They're like, what's this ugly Death of Rebel mix? I was like, Hot Boys?
It's not a Death Rebel mix.
Death Rebel mix is
Or
wild.
like, this like Death Rebel is so stupid. All his themes are so stupid. What is this? In the beginning, I was like, aren't you from here?
Like that says a lot.
I'm just like, the hell is going on in society?
Oh,
they changed the font for Revolution. I don't like that.
Oh my God. Nicole is a riot. That's all I can tell you.
No, I actually don't like that. That used to be my favorite pay-per-view of theirs. Fix it. I hate Tony so much.
Elimination Chamber is this Saturday.
Did they do a Tony Fumble chant too?
They did at NXT while Ricky was
They did
wrestling.
it twice.
They did. I thought that was petty. That was petty. But they did say it. That was oof.
I mean, he kind of fumbled on Ethan Page too. So
yeah, you're right. I can't lie. That's true. Okay. Britt says she ready. All right.
She heard us talk about New Orleans.
She
woke up
she
at
NOLA for that New Orleans talk.
in the county
She pulled a me.
She, just to be like, oh, I already booked my hotel 2 days ago.
Yes.
Right.
What?
I already got the pre-sale code for next year.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn.
Okay. So we hadn't got to Rock and Cody yet. We're just there. Elimination Chamber is on Saturday. It starts at like 7, I think. The pay-per-views or the PLEs are starting earlier and earlier. So
And I love it.
Yeah, because they go off at about 10. If they start at 6, they usually go off at around 9. So you got
single, they go off at like
the
single, they like at 3 o'clock for Cinco.
It's that's how it's gonna be in WrestleMania. It's gonna start at 4 p.m. and WrestleMania gonna be done by 7:30.
Like, yes, I got the whole day.
I got the whole night to kick it after the show.
Yeah.
Are you talking about in Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh dang, that's not good.
It's
I don't
starting
need
at 4 o'clock.
And you gotta do Cinco, you gotta do it sober too.
I mean, I could be sober during the daytime. That's okay.
And it's the fact that it's gonna be some daylight out still. Oh yeah, folks are turning up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. So Saturday we got 5 matches on the card. They finally posted everything. I think I got everything up here. We got Kevin and Sammy's unsanctioned match. Since I got y'all here, y'all can make y'all prediction of who y'all think is gonna win.
Kevin.
Damn.
Right.
I got Sammy.
I'm gonna go with Sammy.
Sammy and then Kevin gonna do some fuckboy shit at the end.
Yeah, Sammy's gonna win, but Kevin's gonna do something crazy to him.
Yes, that's
either gonna be Sammy or they both leave it on in an ambulance. Gotta be one of the two.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Sammy because if we're looking at the last time, weren't they in? So the last time they had a PLE that Sammy was involved in, as far as a match, he lost. So I don't think
he lost.
Yeah,
he did. Okay, so then the next match is we have the tag team match with Trish and Tiffany, Nia, and Candice.
Trish and Tiff.
Yeah.
Trishy and
Sabrina
Tiffy
Carpenters.
time.
Sure.
I heard you.
Trishy and Tiffy time.
I can't. All right, we're moving into the chambers.
Oh,
Women's
Lord.
chamber. Roxanne, Bailey,
This is hard,
Naomi.
actually.
It is. Bliss,
You know
Liv,
what?
and Bianca.
It's not even hard, y'all. I just got a feeling they about to do it and upset people about having Liv win. That's who I think is winning.
No.
If Liv did not have that tag belt, I honestly was gonna say yes.
Okay.
But no.
That was
they did win that.
Yes.
They did.
That's
I think Bianca's gonna crash out
until they
on
put them belts on her. I was like, that little fucking bitch is gonna win the chamber. But when they put the belts on them, I said, oh, thank God.
I think if Bianca gets eliminated, she's gonna crash out.
You think Bianca gets eliminated, she gonna crash out?
Yeah.
Yeah, because hasn't she won Elimination Chamber before?
Yeah, that's how she got.
She did. She did.
Okay. Ooh.
Like if Naomi surprises her, rolls her up and pins her.
I low-key
Cinco said Bliss.
Alexa too. I would prefer was either Alexa or Roxanne.
Yeah.
I would prefer Roxanne, honestly.
So this is whoever goes on. They're facing Tiff at WrestleMania, right?
No, they're gonna face Rhea.
Rhea? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to be Bliss if it's not that Roxanne can't deliver, because she can. I'm just trying to understand if I would be interested in that feud between them, and I don't think I would be.
And then, unfortunately, just listening to Roxanne as far as like her mic work now, I just don't think she can go toe to toe with Rhea, but Alexa can.
Oh yeah, especially for Mania.
Yeah,
now that you're thinking about it. Roxanne, gotta wait till next year, sis. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I would say for Naomi and Bianca, like in order for them to win, the turn has to happen in the match for both of them.
It's gonna happen. I think
like in order for one of them to win, they'll have to turn them like in the middle of the match.
Yeah.
And then there's
I
Bailey.
would prefer it was Naomi, because I feel like Bianca turning is a little low hanging fruit at this point.
And if you look at the storyline wise, there's a bigger case for Naomi as far as why to turn. Like literally, you could say Naomi left. Then she could say Bianca wasn't really 100% supportive when she left. And then when she came back, the three got together. And then after WrestleMania in Philly, Naomi was pretty much treated like the afterthought. So why not take out your bestie so I can be back with you again?
I would have just took you out.
True, but you know how WWE is. They got to be extra.
Yeah.
I would just beat her ass. Let it be what it is. I ain't going after Jay. She ain't my problem. You might.
Which you would think. Right. I just feel like that should be the reason why Naomi turned it, but it just screamed Bianca's going to be the one to do it. But I don't know what her reasoning would be.
I mean, Bianca could make a case.
I would say like her. Yeah, go ahead.
Jay came in. Jay was immediately given the green light. There was really no stopping her. And they paraded Jade around like she was the biggest commodity in the world. Meanwhile, Bianca got brought to the main roster. It took them almost months for her to even get a chance, let alone get the red carpet that Jade got. So while what we saw was her like a big sister to Jade and help her come in with the ease. If you going by story, if it's me, it's like, well, shit. I'm one of the most decorated black women on this roster, if not the most decorated black woman on this roster. This bitch not coming in here taking my shit.
Okay.
I don't care what you're talking about. You're not taking my spot. If you want it, you're gonna have to take it from me.
If Bianca start her whole head of the table, little storyline. Just for the women, just going around
right there.
everybody ass.
That could be, but I don't know.
She go to
If you
WrestleMania for
split
belt
them,
to ass Rhea, like literally squash her, and everyone would be like, "Oh shit."
You could have Bianca win the chamber and have Rhea and her fight it out. Bianca could still be a face doing that. She don't have to turn heel to do that. And you could let the heel work come from Naomi, and then you would have Naomi and Jade on Mania with a actual match that doesn't involve a title and it's just a feud, which is what the women want. They want matches that mean something, that have something lasting, rather than you just doing one-off tag team matches with them.
As they
It's
That
should.
way, all the
the
black women on the
Roxanne and
roster will be
Bailey
used.
storyline still going.
What happened?
Is the Roxanne and Bailey storyline still going a bit?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I like how Alexa just came in, did her match, qualified, and just dipped.
And went to go
Period.
mind her business with her
That's
baby.
Period. I
right.
don't fucking
And her
blame her.
husband.
Not the
That's
business that
right.
paid her. Like,
I don't blame her.
Everybody
I don't
else
blame her.
I'll see
tripping.
y'all on the first.
Excuse me. Y'all go
Like, oh,
ahead. Thank you.
y'all got too much going on over here. I'm gonna see
And
y'all.
and they do. They do.
Okay, so I'm going back home. So I'll see y'all. I'll be there.
I
I'll take
got
my
it.
plate to go. I'll take my plate to
I'm going to
go.
get my whole baby. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, I'll see y'all in Canada in a couple weeks. That's right.
I
All
mean,
right.
fair enough. Shit.
Like
I
call us when you
respect
get
it.
home. Okay.
Right.
I respect it.
Me too. Now Roman do it all the time. Shit.
Okay, so hey, here you go with his
Let
tribe.
her do it. Now we got the men's match. We got Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, and CM Punk.
So this all depends on what Cody says, because I was just sure that this is a shoe-in for Cena, but for some reason, if Cody's got to make a decision before this match starts, and he says no, then CM Punk is winning.
What?
That somebody gotta try to help see the vision and walk with me. Take my hand and walk with me. I just feel like
Okay,
Lord.
so walk with me how CM Punk will be the winner.
I feel like that's the whole connection with, you can tie that back into like the promise that was owed to Punk. And like I said, we don't know, maybe The Rock and Paul had a conversation in the back. So I just feel like CM Punk is the plan B, just in case Cody tells The Rock no.
But how would that work out? Because that would mean that CM Punk would have to be The Rock's corporate stooge.
I don't know.
Happening. That's not
I don't know.
I could see it as the one favor could be Heyman's and Punk's corner, while Rock's and Cody's corner.
Right.
Like whoever, like Heyman and his people type thing. If Cody's like turning into this corporate person,
but Cody would have to say yes. He would have to agree. If Cody says yes, then yeah, CM Punk winning makes sense to me.
But it doesn't have to be like a sudden turn. It could be like on Raw, like Punk started dropping promos like, bro, what do you know what you just agreed to type thing? And then, he could do his little cheesy part of the promo, like, yeah, you agreed to lose your title
Not
to
the
the best in the world,
household.
yada, yada, yada.
God.
And I think, because I think it was Kaz or somebody that was under Kaz's post, he brought up a promo that Cody and Punk cut. And I gotta go find it because that ties in with this whole scenario. So I said, okay, maybe CM Punk does get his moment at Mania, but it's either gonna be between Cena or Punk. I think I know who I don't want it to be, but that's neither here nor there. He shouldn't be in the match, but they need some flippy folks, whatever. That's those are my
strays.
who.
I'm just
he shouldn't be. Whatever. You know what? That's a different time. That's a different discussion for a different day.
No, we got time.
I'm just
Go ahead,
like,
let it out.
I don't care about the talent. The talent is there clearly, but
True.
I'm just why? Like
because he's got the kind of celebrity contract where because of his social media footprint, and I ain't gonna lie, like Logan Paul was really smart about how he did this, because not only do you have the ability to wrestle on all the major PLEs, and that's pretty much where you wrestle. He doesn't wrestle on live television, on any of the network shows. He doesn't do any of that shit. He only does the overseas work, and he does the big five, basically. So then he gets interviews with the WWE superstars. So everything that he negotiated or everything that they have set up, it all works in tandem with him and his company and the WWE. Everything flows between the two companies. It was hella smart. My only problem is you had to push another superstar out the way, to put him in that spot. I don't like that. And that's another problem I have, is like, I don't have an issue with celebrities popping up and having matches and stuff. I don't have an issue with any of that. What I don't like is when they don't fully participate. This is very half-assed to me. You're paying him a lot of money, and yeah, he gets you a lot of eyes, but he's not doing the work that the other girls and guys have to do. He's getting all the accolades of being a quote unquote WWE superstar without doing the work for it.
Right. Now I think that's probably my biggest gripe with it.
So while he has some talent, I don't think that he would be able to do what they do on a weekly basis. He doesn't do it on a weekly basis. So you can't measure him by the same stick as everybody else, because he's not doing it enough. Because you try wrestling 3 to 5 days out the week and then turn around and doing a PLE that same week, or do Bayley's schedule from a few weeks ago. Bayley had to do that weekend prior. She had to do
crazy.
She had to do the PLE for Vengeance Day. She had to go fly to make it to Raw that Monday. That Sunday, I think it was either Sunday or Saturday, she had to do the Celebrity All-Star game. She had another thing that she was doing. It was something local where the All-Star game was. Like, Bayley had to fly back and forth to make it. And not only that, she wrestled on both shows. She wrestled Monday. She was there Monday. She wrestled Friday, I think. Saturdays, they had the PLE.
Yeah.
Then she was doing the Celebrity All-Star game. Like, Bayley had to put in a lot of work. Same thing goes for like Cody as champion. Cody's got to wrestle. And he does the live house shows. Mm-hmm. Cody's not sitting at home. He's doing. So you're doing the live house shows. You got to do all these appearances, and you got to turn around and show up for SmackDown, and you got to be on call, because if they make a change, you got to be there so you can get the change right. If
he's doing that on the bus.
You got to do that shit. All of that shit. It's so fucking stupid. All of that shit has to be done. It's like he doesn't have to worry about that. All he has to do is show up and do a one-off match with Rey Mysterio, because that's all they put him up against, and then he's out the door. You don't have to put in no real work. That's why I hate when people be like, y'all just mad because he's a good wrestler. No, it has nothing to do with that. The acknowledgement of what he is capable of is already there. Now, y'all can say a lot of shit about Ronda Rousey, but Ronda Rousey was on the road. She was there. It was every week. We talking on the road, house shows. She did them. Champion or not, that's what she was doing. She fully immersed herself in the experience. The difference between Paul and her is that Logan Paul has a better skill set at wrestling than she does.
There it is.
Yeah, he basically came in a lot younger.
So I mean, I don't have a problem with him per se. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I think he's very arrogant for no reason. I mean, you're popular, you popped off because social media is available.
Right.
My thing is, if you take away your social media, you take away all of that stuff that you gain your popularity from, what are you providing or giving to the world? What do you bring? Because you were on the internet pulling pranks. You were one of the you were part of that prank influx into YouTube. You were on the internet doing skits. Your popularity really popped off on Vine. When Vine went down, you switched off from Vine to Instagram and YouTube. And then y'all kept having to up the ante on your YouTube to keep the numbers up. So nobody was really interested in you and what you had to offer. They was interested in what next antic you were going to pull on your YouTube channel, which leads me to believe that you're not as popular as you believe you are, which is why a lot of people hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, WWE is using you for all you can give them, which is the numbers. You're not a wrestler because they like your wrestling style. You're a wrestler because you've got a lot of followers on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and wherever else you have a following. So you are not even worth anything to them other than the numbers.
Damn.
There it is. I said that's my whole beef with it. Like I said, I would never not like deny the talent, but like all that you just feel like I think that's my overall, beef with it. But I ain't even gonna lie, he gonna probably do some crazy stuff up in that thing on Saturday, and I'm still gonna be sitting here watching.
Sure, but you could have had Montez Ford in there possibly doing the same thing. If the Street Profits wasn't changing to the New Profits like they are right now, which I love them, that's what they call themselves.
No, you serious? What?
Montez put it on Twitter. He said it was the New Profits. I don't think that's a new name. I'm just saying. That's what they call themselves.
I ain't calling them no New Profits.
I'm not either.
If they wasn't doing that,
Profits, I'm gonna call you Street Profits.
I love them, but they tripping for that.
If they weren't doing that and moving into a new space for them, then I wouldn't be mad about Montez possibly going over to Raw and then being in the chamber and winning. Like, I wouldn't be mad about that. I feel like Montez is just as good. Matter of fact, he is better than Logan Paul. And the reason why is because Montez can actually cut a promo.
Mm-hmm.
The promo isn't always about, and that's another problem with Paul. He thinks that because people boo him, that he somehow has done something great in the ring. No, they're booing you because they don't like you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're not drawing heat because you're saying some dastardly shit. The New Day draw heat because of the things that they say.
He thinks he be getting Dom boos.
But you're not drawing heat because you're a good heel. You're drawing heat because they don't like you.
Yep.
Right, his promos are all the same. Oh, I would rather be there than here. Yada yada yada.
I don't have to be here. This is fun for me. I get a paycheck for just being this damn good. And it's like, okay. So.
And you acting smug, like, dude, this is not like that Roman, like, booing, like, we all just can't stand Roman at this point. No, they don't like you. So
that's what I'm saying.
This ain't like that Roman type of heat. No, they don't like you. This is that Hulk Hogan heat.
And CM Punk told you right, though. CM Punk got his ass together, though. Yeah. CM Punk straight up said, in this world, you are nobody. And he is not lying. This is a different frontier. Yes, people know who you are. They know who you are. If they don't know who you are, obviously, they're not into social media like most people are, which is fine. But nobody knows you in this world until you do something here that is worthwhile. You had a championship and you didn't do shit with it. You just liked being able to hold the title, which kudos. You were able to get out of putting in work and defend that title twice in 200 plus days. That is insane.
That's facts.
It meant nothing. It meant nothing to you. It meant nothing to us. And it did LA Knight a disservice because it didn't give him a good start to his title run. He got to have a moment in Cleveland and win that championship, which thank God. But we was just happy the title was off of Logan Paul. That was the disservice. So Britt is justified in her feelings, as are a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, that shiny toy will wear off, and they'll move on to the next shiny toy.
And then when I'm done, I'm not coming back. So when he said going forward, it's gonna be legit, then we ain't got to worry about him no more.
No,
I don't have to worry about him no more.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let me say
We all don't. We all wish he would just go away, but he needs WWE more than he's letting on. If we're being honest.
A big facts.
But WWE don't need him.
No,
I know that they're trying to increase their footprint in social media, gain those younger followers, and Logan Paul has most of them. That's fine. And I don't have a problem with you using the streamers. You had Kai Cenat there, you had Speed there. You know what I'm saying? It's smart marketing. They've done it before. It worked. I don't have any issues with any of that. But Logan Paul deal should never be done with any other social media superstar or streamer or anything like that. If you want them to come in, let them have a match at Mania and it's just a one-off thing. Like you did with what's his name? Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need them there for an entire 2-3 years wrestling and just the big four. He adds nothing to the match and he takes nothing away from it. The only thing that he really does is take away a spot from a superstar that is actually deserving of the spot.
And that's it.
Now, Logan Paul's not going to win. So who's going to win the chamber? It's going to win.
I want to hear everybody else's prediction because I'm torn between
Drew McIntyre.
I think Drew McIntyre is going to win too.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he might win too.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's the only option. Who else going to do it?
Yeah. Because you got to think of, in terms of the way Britt's talking, like, it really would depend on who Cody chooses. If Cody decides...
Wait. If Cody says yes, I'm choosing Seth.
Okay.
That's
because Seth can explain like he's been down that road, a la the Authority. So he knows how to take down. Yes. He would know how to take down the machine that's building itself up, type thing.
I think if he says yes, it's going to be John Cena.
The only reason I'm not saying Seth is because I feel like we are getting closer and closer to finally getting a Roman versus Seth. That's what I'm holding out for. So that's why I didn't choose him.
Personally, I think it's going to be a triple threat between Roman, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins at Mania.
I like it.
That leaves Damian, Drew, and Cena. So I had
Damian's first out. There you go. First elimination.
Cena and McIntyre.
That's crazy. You're just
the thing about Drew winning, like I said, so you know how they treat the never mind. So whoever wins this is going after Cody. So it's the main event. So this is this is the main event in night 2. So that's what we have to look at.
So far,
yeah. Yeah.
So whoever wins as of now is main event in night 2.
We assume, yes.
We assume. So we can just go by the typical how they always do it. So as of now, whoever wins this is ending WrestleMania. So
I think it's CM Punk because like everyone kept rubbing it in that CM Punk has yet to main event WrestleMania. Like this past year, like the Usos said it.
CM Punk.
I believe Cody said it. Like everyone kept rubbing it in, like, oh, I main evented WrestleMania. Have you?
That's crazy that Cody would just flip After everything, like that's wild. It would take it. It looked like it didn't take nothing but a little time as champion, and then you get a nudge from The Rock. Like you ain't been champion but a year. Mania will be a year. You really haven't gone through that much hell as champion.
I mean, he hasn't shown signs of crashing out.
Because you didn't main event just night.
Damn.
Look at you didn't main event just night 1. You main event night 2. So now
twice.
Right. Your ass is literally on the cusp of having a historic run, and you just chicken out, you bitch.
Do you know how fast you creeping up to Roman numbers? Like, for real, be for real.
You some pussy ass shit. What is wrong with you?
Cody is goofy.
No,
like the Rock heard and read all the jokes from this month about Cody being Cody Raheem Rhodes, and the Rock like, yo, I'm part black too, so he's trying to take the rest of Cody's blackness so he can have more black, so he could be more recognized in the community. So he's trying to take the Raheem out of Cody.
You can't even get it out. You can't even get it out.
He like, I can get you to the top. It's just gonna cost you that melanin.
Like, nigga.
Oh my god.
No.
Like you gotta
the
go
answer
full.
To that is no. No. Like you cannot chicken out that fast. Like you had like the first 6 months of your championship reign was easy as fuck for you. Like real talk.
You
didn't have no real adversaries you was going up against until Bash in Berlin when you faced off against Kevin. Matter of fact, you went up against Gunther shortly after that. That was one of your hardest contests. Like you haven't had any true adversaries outside of Kevin and Gunther.
Man, where's Randy in all of this?
I think something tells me. Well, see, that's the thing. Like
Randy might pop up during that unsanctioned match, though. He just might.
He got you. Where the fuck else is he been doing?
So that's the only thing that's left open. It's Kevin and Randy need to have their bout at Mania too.
And the thing is, Randy has 2 different storylines he could attach himself to. Him and Cody. But I think that's gonna be somewhere after Mania, like Backlash. I don't know, but he got to show up in Toronto at this point.
If Cody takes this deal, then Randy definitely got to show up.
Right.
But then too, if you full on kayfabe, right, everything that Kevin Owens has been saying is true. This.
Yep. I don't even think crazy. Cody. I got a feeling Cody might not even give an answer on Saturday. I just feel like he don't get to the point where he gonna flip out.
He better say something. Now, shit, it's about to be a whole week. Goddamn it! You could have said something Friday. Fuck that.
You could have sent the text.
Come out here.
Instead of sitting there looking so confused.
Come out here Monday talking that bullshit like I gotta think about my family, my mom. This man had a belt with your mama name on it, with your blood smeared on it.
It shouldn't take you a week to decide.
And not in this situation. I gotta think about it. I gotta think about this. I gotta think about my family. This man was literally whooping your ass on national television in the rain with a belt. While your wife and child was in the bus because it was in front of your fucking bus.
Mm-hmm. Okay? And if he's trying to act like that,
what are we thinking about?
We don't need to see Cody until Saturday if that's the case. Like, we don't need to see you on Friday because we don't need you to cut another promo because that's just pretty much it. See you in Toronto.
His ass gonna be there on Friday. He's gonna be there on Friday soaking and crying and shit. And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
We need to make
don't he usually post the schedule? Someone checking to see if he has this Friday on there.
His ass ain't gonna. He gonna be there. He gonna be there, and he ain't gonna have no answer. But The Rock didn't have to take 40 years and 40 nights to tell us that he was gonna.
He had to remind us. He had to remind us that he's the final boss.
I have something I need to say.
Let's hear it.
Final boss.
This is going to be taken way out of context. Cody and Rock's interactions are very strange. like the weird like way The Rock fucking talks to him. Like they just stare at each other and it's just uncomfortable the
Nicole,
entire
please.
time. And it's always, hey cat, stop it. You have a fucking scratching board.
Did I miss something?
And I lost
Wait,
my
Nicole,
train of
hold on. You're
thought.
just not just gonna transition like that, like something just did not happen.
Yelling at Rory because Rory scratches shit.
Yeah, she's scratching my armchair.
I was deep listening too.
I thought this was part of the story. I'm like, wait a minute. No, this is real
No,
right now.
it's this damn cat.
He was like, "Now hold on, now wait a minute."
I was like, now you made me
I was
lose
like,
my
wait a minute,
train of
who's
thought.
that?
You said that their interactions are
It's
weird.
uncomfortable. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Their interactions are very weird. I don't
It's
know
because of The
who's
Rock.
making it weird. I
It's
don't
The
know if
It's
Rock.
it's
The
The
Rock.
Rock. I don't know if it's
It's him.
Cody.
It's that
It's
damn
weird.
vest.
It is The Rock. It's him,
It's that vest.
bitch.
I know he's trying to act like he's a serious actor now. So
He's not.
sorry, because that's why he's taking those fucking Oscar bait movies finally. But I can't with him.
I don't know why he ain't taking no acting classes.
You know why.
Batista was right. Batista was right. The Rock is a terrible actor. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Oh shit, I didn't need Batista to tell me that.
The Batista been saying it
Okay.
for years. And Batista was like, he's a terrible actor. He always has been and he always will be. And I said, damn. You're right. You're right.
I mean, he's true.
I don't know. I mean, I guess he's trying to portray himself as this new evil villain. It's working because anybody who grown enough and man enough to ask somebody for their soul is fucking horrible.
It's fucking
I just
weird.
never.
And it's batshit bonkers. Like, what the fuck are you asking me for? You're asking me to give you my soul. Okay. The conversation would have been over right then and there. I'm like, we are not on the devil's advocate, bitch. Like, I am not.
That devil's advocate. The way
What
I'd
the
be calling HR. I'm immediately calling HR. I'm
This
like, you know
crossed the
what?
line.
The fuck is this?
I'm like, what's
Feel
this?
threatened in the
I
workplace. This,
I am not coming to work. And I was like, until there's an investigation, I'm not coming back to work.
yeah, get me the EEOC immediately. I need
Give him that
a
soul.
full
And I'm like, I am taking the belt home with me. So let's not
period.
start that.
Don't pull a tester now. Don't take it and don't give it back. You know.
Right? You gotta find me in Mexico.
I was out of the country with the belt and
The
said,
fact that that lady
no.
held that hostage and yet she's back on their TV is crazy to me.
Them fans giving her all the hell they can give, though.
They gave her a whole song.
Mm-hmm. Tearing her ass up.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she cried when she go in the back.
She'll cry in the car.
Period.
And then
So
she'll
I
post a
guess
picture with some
with
random
Moose.
ass black talent with a hard fucking wig or no hair.
Oh my God, love them. So talented.
Moose.
Among other people.
I think so. You know what? I think everything from this Cody and Rock situation. I think it was weird because I got a feeling that Mania announcement wasn't supposed to happen right then and there.
They had the graphic ready and put it up.
Well, the graphic was already ready, but I had a feeling with the press conference it was supposed to be announced there. So they said, okay, so before you ask Cody to sell his soul to you, hype up Mania for next year and make the official announcement, which it was already rumored that it was going to be there anyway. But I just feel like something about that Mania announcement kind of threw everything off. That's just me.
I think the way that The Rock is acting is what's throwing people off.
Because you know,
Like,
The Rock has never been one to hold back. Like, you know, The Rock that pulled up on Cody in Chicago and beat him down. Like, come like that, come correct like that. But
I mean, technically he was. What he did was he flipped characters. So he came out there pandering to the crowd like regular Rocky would do. And then he flipped once he called out Cody. And that's why it's a disconnect. Because you're like, this guy was out here singing with the fans, you know, skipping and just shucking and jiving out here with these motherfuckers. And then he turned around and asked this nigga for his soul. Like, 1 + 1 do not equal 5, sir. Like, you're going to have to come back and explain yourself. You feel what I'm saying? I think the problem here I have with this is, one, there's no incentive or reasoning behind this, right? You're sitting here, and the last time we saw The Rock was at Survivor Series, okay? And he came out there, and Cody wasn't out there. It was Roman and CM Punk and them that was out there. He counted down, and then he did the ending move with his hand over his throat. That was the last time we saw him, besides him showing up on NXT. I think the problem is there's no rhyme or reason to how he moves and when he shows up. And I think that's what throws things off. Because on SmackDown, you got 3 hours of TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
They should have had this open up the show if that's what they was going to do, honestly. Because what they did was they imposed it towards the end of the show and left us with 2 matches afterwards. I didn't want to watch them fucking matches after that.
Mm-hmm.
They did. Tag team match was after that. And then Jacob Fatu and them's tag team match was after that. Cody and The Rock did not close out the show last Friday.
No, which was weird because it's like, if you're going to do all this bullshit, you should have just had to close the show.
They should have closed, but they didn't. Jacob and them closed the show Friday. So I was like, what the fuck is this? And like I said, I don't have a problem with them giving us a storyline with The Rock and Cody, but it seems like it's been shoehorned in there, and it's right before the winner of the Elimination Chamber happens, and we all are like, okay, I guess it was the monkey wrench thrown in the plan, right, for all of us, which is similar to what they did last year when it came to the main event of Mania. They seem to be trying to throw us off course. But it really depends on the way Cody would answer. So I wouldn't let Cody's answer come about until, I mean, I guess you could say before Elimination Chamber, Cody and Rock would kind of open up that hour, and then they would have Elimination Chamber. Because whoever wins, you're like, okay, how would that play into Cody and Rock's story, and what Cody's going to choose? I initially was like, if they really wanted to throw us off and be really, really fucked up about it, they let John Cena win the chamber and he could be The Rock's new champion.
I haven't seen that too.
Cena isn't a fake. He hasn't won a title or won a match in over 2,000 plus days.
Cinco.
He lost the Royal Rumble, and he hasn't cracked a smile. He hasn't been saying his statement like, I'm never giving up. He was just like, I'm going to the chamber and I'm going to win. That's it. And he got up and left. That's not normal behavior for him. So I think that John Cena merch is getting ready to come down off that WWE shop, and John Cena is finna go full heel. And he just might take that title off of Cody at Mania. He just might.
Well,
But I mean, is there worse people to lose to?
No, but I'm saying if that happens, I mean, people are going to lose their shit.
I know I will not be very happy, but
They're going to lose their shit. But it's a good story nonetheless. I mean, John Cena, right now, if you're looking at the kayfabe of it, he is the most vulnerable next to Drew in that
I'm gonna let y'all
chamber.
know right now. Whatever night that match is on, I ain't going. If that match happens, not going unless it's like a Bianca match that night.
Now I'll give it to WWE because while it seems obvious like who it could possibly be, they have a couple of plot. They have a couple of plot twists they can throw at us at this point.
They do. It's very interesting, which makes that all the more reason to watch the show because you need to know how it's going to end or where it's going to start more specifically.
Because like I said, it all depends on where the Cody and Rock segment is and what he says. So I think we all can have a clearer understanding. Because I mean, obviously the men's chamber is ending the show, but like I said, once we hear that segment, then we can kind of say, okay, I think so and so about to win, or I know so and so getting ready to win based off this particular segment. Like, do we think Cody would say yes that easily? I think that's my $1 million question.
No, he's gonna say no.
But he
better say
yes
no.
But he'll say yes eventually.
Yeah, when he turned Homelander.
So something.
What if Cody's way? What if Cody's way of saying yes is attacking whoever wins after the Elimination Chamber?
Ugh, I would hate that because that's some cowardly shit.
Right. But I feel like if you want people to be, I guess people feel like, I don't know what the timeline is, their complaints about the timeline, because I feel like it's still normal timeline building the Mania card. But if they want them to get invested, I feel like the consequences of saying no should happen in Toronto. I personally, if we're looking from that perspective, I feel like they shouldn't wait until like Raw or SmackDown the following week. I feel like it should happen right then and there if he decided to say no.
I mean, I think that the consequences would be swift, but I don't think that we will see if they put the chamber up first. Maybe,
yeah.
But the chamber would have to go first, and then depending on who wins, they would be the Rock's extension in that ring. Personally, I think CM Punk is going to use his favor to impose himself on their match. I think the match going to start out as a match between Roman and Seth, and then he's going to use the favor to get in that match so he can have a match at Mania. Because I don't see him winning.
I didn't think about that.
Because I don't see him. Because that causes the problems between Heyman and Roman. Because Roman is going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Then you still got a problem with Seth because Seth don't like neither one of these motherfuckers. So you got massive issues all around, but it just adds to that match. It's gonna be very much. It just won't. It'll play out the way it needs to, hopefully. But yeah, that's the way I think they're gonna use the favor because he can't. He's not gonna get in anywhere else. He's not gonna impose on that match for the WWE Championship because it looks like it's tied up into something else. And then he's not going to impose on Jey Uso and Gunther's match because that's got its own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what else can CM Punk do? He's going to impose on that match with Roman and Seth.
I like that. And I think because he'll still get his main event, it may not be night 2, but we still walk away from Mania with a main event match with Punk in it, even if it's night 1.
Yeah.
Even if it's not night 2, I'm sorry. Even if it's not night 2. So he'll still get his moment. So I didn't even think about that. I did say I thought it was going to be a fatal 4 between Drew, Punk, Roman and Seth because the whole little fiasco with the Rumble, but
that it would have been had the Rumble played out the way it was supposed to.
Right.
But due to that fact, I think they are going to go in a different direction. And what they may do is if Drew wins, obviously Drew will be the guy. Which if he wins, then I know damn well Cody's winning that Mania because there's no way.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
There's no way. But I think I thought Drew at first, but I think the better, more interesting story is John Cena.
Because there's no way possible. Cena not doing no retirement tour, and he doesn't walk away from the WWE as the most decorated WWE champion. I just don't see that happening. He getting the titles one way or the other. I don't see him not winning.
If he had won the Rumble and challenged Gunther, then I wouldn't be saying that. But because he is on a downward spiral and not having no real light looking up like The Rock would be, if you going by the story, he is the perfect candidate to corrupt at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
He has no true direction as of right now. He doesn't have no wins under his belt in 2,000 plus days. He has not won a championship or a match, period. He hasn't won anything. So you're talking about him being able to actually compete at Mania with no momentum, no nothing whatsoever. He's down in the dumps. He just lost Royal Rumble, and he's not reacting and responding the way he normally would. Even in a loss, he has some glimmer of hope. He had none at that press conference. He is the most vulnerable person going into this match. Us outside of Drew. Drew easily would take the deal because he know he can't beat him on his own. So
Right.
you know full well he's like, oh yeah, I'll take the full ride. John Cena don't need the perks of being on the Rock side because he already got the deals in Hollywood. He already got the money. All he wants is the championship. So the question is that championship enough for you to sell your soul to the devil? You know damn well Drew McIntyre will sell his draws for that damn championship. So his soul is of no consequence, okay?
Right, because homeboy can't shake that he had a COVID Mania moment. So
okay, he don't like that. He don't like that.
And then his last moment, all because he couldn't go straight to the fucking backstage.
All he had to do was leave.
That's all he had to do. I had to do.
So one was out of your hands, the other ones was your fault. So now you're like, well, I got another opportunity. I'm taking it. He gonna take it if it's given to him. But John Cena, that's somebody who has to be shaped and molded into that. And it's already there. All The Rock got to do is just whisper in his ear like the devil do. And that's the game right there.
Damn.
She dropped the.
I'm telling you, it's messy enough to work. It's messy enough to work. Especially
I like
with the way the Rock been walking around, always putting his arms around people, and he real messy. Because he'll go,
messy.
Oh, we're friends, right? Like we're friends. Your mom knows my mom. You're putting up that picture. Your daughter's hanging out with my daughter. You know, we're family. We had tequila. We shared my tequila, right? Like we're cool.
And all the problem is he using his what is it? He's using his power in the WWE because Cody is so far the only person that has gotten away with slapping him or hitting him.
It's more along the lines of Cody was able to overcome all the obstacles he put in his way. He don't like that.
Right. So now he got to throw his Vince McMahon authority weight.
Now you get yes. Somebody got to play the part. You can't have Vince creepy old ass in there no more.
Right. So
now
somebody
just got his. Now he got his old creepy ass in here cursing every fight. They had had to bleep him out so many times on Friday.
It's a mess.
I'm like, look, when you go into them interviews, when you're doing press, you don't curse in them press conferences. So when you bring your ass on TV, I don't care how much money you own in the company, act accordingly. Stop acting like a goddamn vagabond. What's wrong with you?
And then he'll over explain, and then this is what really pisses me off. And then I don't know if what I was watching or like, well, he probably does it because so his fans who don't know him from wrestling are confused when they see clips of him being fucking mean and shit.
No.
I was like, I don't like how he completely like breaks it down. I was like, it's too much insider trading. It's too much inside base. Like, fucking stop it.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Again, there's quite a few of them who separate themselves from their characters on social media. You can 100% do that. There's a lot of them who do per post. They'll have posts where obviously they're them, and then they have posts that they're in character. Like, you can fucking do that without surprise being fucking weird. Like, why is he so weird about wrestling now? Like, what happened?
And of all people, The Rock, like, it's weird coming from him.
It's like he has a midlife crisis.
Right,
No, dead
It's
ass.
weird.
No, for real.
And that's not even, that's being dead serious.
No, for real. For real.
Like you of all
going
people.
on.
Like he still thinks it's the 90s. He's like, oh, I still got it.
I don't know, maybe he having
I still got it.
A little conniption up there. I don't know, but he seems to be off his rocker a bit.
Like that last.
Loki think he be a little bit drunk when he come out there.
I mean, the way he hype up his own brand, I would not be surprised.
The tequila ain't bad. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Terramana actually is pretty good.
The tequila is pretty good. I have the Reposado downstairs. It's pretty good.
Ooh, it's so good.
All I'm saying is them goosebumps come like when your body suddenly warms up, which means he had a couple shots before he be coming through that curtain.
It's literally like clockwork.
That's the drunk bumps. That's them I had a half a bottle before I came out.
Right. And you gotta stop doing
it. It's funny you said that, right? Because literally he wasn't even out there 5 seconds, and the camera was already on him with the goosebumps. I peeped that.
Like that body instantly warmed up. He had a little booster in him.
I said, no, he's just drunk. That might be why his promos are so fucking weird.
That's why he keep cursing like that.
But yeah, I mean the Reposado is so good. Can't wait to have it. During Mania. But yeah, I usually anytime that I drink it, and usually if I have like a bottle at home, I'll do it like over the rocks, and I'll do a twist of grapefruit.
Ooh.
Okay, classy.
Nicole be making some shit now. Okay.
I'm like, it's real good.
You ever need a drink idea, call Nicole.
For real.
To get you together. And she get mad when you drink cheap shit. She will cuss you out. I've been on the receiving end of that. I'm like, ew. Why are you drinking that? And I'd be like, ma'am. Let me drink it. Anyways, I don't know how this is going to play out. But like I said Monday, his ass better say no. That's the only plausible answer is no.
Cody, say yes for the plot.
No.
I just want to see what happens.
I'm telling you, if he says yes, then
I want him to say yes, and I want him to completely turn, but I want him to be fucking weird about it. Like, oh my gosh, you remember what Bo did? This is a little bit of a deep cut, but you remember when Bo Dallas was the NXT champ?
I think so.
And he would be so overly nice, and it was so obnoxious that you just fucking booed him.
Mm-hmm.
You have to believe.
Wow.
I want something similar to Cody. Like, he still acts like a politician, and he just nothing is like clicking in his brain that people are booing him. Like, it's just no thoughts behind his eyes. He's just on autopilot. He just is not registering it, and then just acting normal.
The same interest and everything.
Like John Laurinaitis did with People Power.
but slightly more high end. Just a
Mm-hmm.
little more high end. Like a
Then
smidge.
who's gonna be the one who challenges him at Mania?
I mean, honestly, I don't care about that once it hits that point. Now I'm entertained, so I don't give a fuck who he wrestles anymore.
That's a damn shame. That is a
And who's
damn
going to stay
See,
for
shame.
that match too?
that's what's gonna make me interested. If he says yes, then I'm all for them. I literally don't care who he fucking fights. He says yes, I'm all game. He says no, I don't care. If it's especially if it's Cena, I'm really not gonna care.
Mhm. Well, I think it comes down to Cena and Drew. No matter what he says. Now, if he says, yeah, it could very well be Damien who wins the chamber. I don't know. This is very hard. I don't know. But everybody has their picks, so we just have to wait and see. I'm low key like kind of excited to see how this is gonna play out. Now, there's one more thing we gotta talk about before we get out of here. So
Let's hear it.
on social media, there have been a lot of people who have been voicing some concerns about the women's division and how it isn't where they need it to be. And then there have been some backstage um, antics leaking to the dirt sheets about how the women are not happy about the build up for Mania, as if because there isn't one outside of the titles, and they feel as though they want more instead of just having these possible one off tag team matches. They want more than that. And so I only got one question. What does Triple H need to do to make sure that the women's division gets equal shine like the men's division for WrestleMania? And I'll even make it even easier. You can book 2 matches with 4 superstars and create a story with these 4 superstars. What are you going to do so that the women get equal time on both nights?
It's really hard to say because on top of that, when it comes to the women and the men are definitely, you can't, not look at them in this way. But when it comes to certain women, some of them have been given the red carpet to shine. Main event matches, opening segments, stuff like that. But some of these women are just not them, if that makes sense. So when he gives you the keys to control your own storyline and you don't really take advantage, then I'm putting you on the back burner. So some of these women, so you can exclude anybody that's currently on TV that's doing a solid good job, they're not in conversation. But some of these women just have a really hard time getting themselves over. And if you can't get yourself over with the crowd, it don't matter how much you throw on into the division, it's still gonna end up being a flat match, like flat as the flattest soda.
Well,
so that's always been my gripe with some of the women. Like, it's crazy. Like, Alexa is probably about to pull off the funniest thing ever, like literally coming back and about to probably have a Mania match because she knows how to own her craft. But some of these
mean, it's facts are facts, and that's what I want to say. And I was like, because the opposite issue is going on in NXT.
right.
NXT, their women are very flushed out. They usually eat up most of the card because they have the most going on. The men, not so much. So that's
True.
why obviously them getting Ricky is gonna massively help that men's division. And it's the opposite. And then like I said, it's the opposite. So that's what I'm saying. It's like you that is like I do agree with it, but you also have to look at the depth of the roster because I
Mhm.
remember this is something we were talking about when they were like, well, one of our friends like, oh, they need to rotate them more off of TV, blah blah. Which I was like, yes, I do agree, but we don't have the girls to do it right now, and a good chunk of them, no offense, can't really be able to carry full feuds
Right.
without leaving their faction or their group or whatever the fuck they're doing. So not only that, and then all your heavy hitters were gone and are out because you have had Asuka is still gone. Well,
Yep.
Charlotte was gone for over 9 months. Becky's been gone for so and so months. She's still gone. Alexa
Yep.
was gone for fucking 2 years. She just
2 years.
got back. We don't have Carmella anymore. She's not coming. Well, for the foreseeable future, won't be back. Who else? Nikki Cross is tied up with the White Six, so
Mhm.
that's someone that's out,
Yep.
and that's most of the main roster. Oh, and now Jade
New
is out been
for
out for
now.
the past couple months. I mean, but also
Yeah.
she doesn't count because that's most likely going to be a Mania feud.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably going to get wrapped up at Mania. So that's a non-title women's match and feud that's on Mania. So again, that's solving part of that problem. So I think people get so worked up when they don't realize, okay, this is the depth. We're just now starting to like get that depth back in, and it's still not enough because that's the same thing. Like again, when that's why I got Trish coming back for good old little match, and then but at the same time, a lot of that they're about to deplete that NXT women's roster.
Yep.
Turn turn Mania after the Raw after Mania.
Yep.
That I guarantee you, I can see at least four of them getting called up.
I could count 5, honestly.
I say, yeah, I was gonna say either 4 or
There's
5.
a 4 or 5 of them girls are going up. Well, obviously Roxanne. Um,
Yeah.
I could
Lash and
see
Jakara
them.
need to go.
Yes, I would do Lash and Chikara. There's no reason for them to be in NXT anymore.
Right.
I could see them pulling Cora, but I would like her to be in NXT for longer
I want her to
because
stay
I
there
agree.
too.
I would want her to go in TNA a little bit longer because I think that's also really helping her. So
Yeah.
I need her to be down there for a little bit, which I think they would because she's still not that far removed from a major injury.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right. Yeah.
I can see them wanting to leave her, and either Stephanie or Julia.
So if I had to
One of
choose,
them bitches is going up.
if
I
I had
think
to
it's gonna be
choose,
Julia after she if she drops that title to Stephanie, I think Julia's going
yeah,
up.
I
I
yeah.
don't
think it's
think
going to be
she's staying down.
Stephanie.
No, you don't.
I think it's going to be Stephanie because she's slightly more ready than Julia is.
I mean, it's the case. It's kind of a case for both of them. If you look at that, if you look at it from that perspective,
I
Talent
honestly,
wise, it doesn't matter.
right?
They're
it doesn't.
equally
But you're
yoked.
talking.
Yeah.
She's talking about like with the way they cut promos. Julia's getting better every day, but Stephanie is ahead of her in terms of her speaking. So but I still would put Julia, and I would let her come up as a heel. She would come up, and she would dominate. You could do that with Stephanie too, but I don't know. It's just something about Julia.
Now, I'm almost positive that we will get the inevitable Julia versus Io. So that's got to be a slow burn at some point.
True, but like, I mean, I'm not. So I understand people's frustrations, right? They feel like Triple H is not taking enough time to curate that women's division.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the reason why you and the most of us don't see a lot in the women that are there. There are some women who are capable if given the opportunity. I would say Zelina Vega is more than capable if she
Oh
was
yeah,
given the
yeah, yeah.
opportunity. I also think that Alba Fire would be more than capable if given the opportunity. And I think if they gave Shayna Baszler the opportunity, they take the reins off of her and let her move the way she should, she also is capable. The problem is they have not built up enough of the people to get there. And then they make decisions that don't really make sense to me. So
I agree.
it's like when it comes to like Dakota and Lyra, right? Lyra shouldn't have won the championship. Dakota should have won. Dakota is the better of the two in terms of her having the fans. Dakota deserved that title. Lyra was champion in NXT. She was a good champion. And she won the belt off of Becky. So she was already boosted. She already had it. The only thing that I asked is that they gave Dakota a chance. They never really gave her one. Like she's been tag team champion, true enough, and I don't discount that. But they never really gave her a shot. You overlooked Dakota, gave it to Lyra. Lyra doesn't defend it for a month and a half. You then give her a title shot with Dakota. Dakota loses clean, and then you have Ivy come out there and attack both of them.
Now, do you think Dakota's, which it may be a reach, but do you think that Dakota's reasoning is the fact that she can't really stay 100% healthy?
No.
Okay.
No, because if that's the case, then you should have that same smoke with Seth because Seth was champion and was injured.
That's true.
He was injured and was wrestling with a bad back. And oftentimes those guys are wrestling with some type of injury. I'm not saying that Dakota's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that. But when Dakota's had some knee troubles, true enough. But usually when she recovers and she comes back and she's healthy, Dakota makes a deep run. She did it in NXT. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like she was injured and then gone, injured and gone, injured and gone. That wasn't the case. She got injured, she left, she came back. Dakota made a deep run in NXT. Everybody forgets that. They act as if she was just in and out the whole time. That's not true.
No,
When
right.
she got pulled up with damage control for the better part of their time, Dakota was healthy.
You're right.
So shit happens. I'm not saying she's perfect, but I don't agree with Lyra being champion because Lyra doesn't have the charisma or I guess you could say she lacks the personality to make that title worth having. You look at her counterpart, Chelsea. Chelsea's a heel and she has the title. But you're interested in what Chelsea's doing because Chelsea's not making a mockery of the title. She's amplifying it with her antics. So you're looking at her. She's running around. She's calling. She's acting as if she's the president of the United States because she's the champion of the U.S. Okay. It works for her.
And she be taking that belt with her to every appearance.
Everywhere she goes.
Single appearance.
Everywhere she go, but that's also a thing. It's interesting how Chelsea is booking appearances, but I ain't seen Lyra at any appearances. Do you?
And we gotta
doing nothing.
We gotta give Chelsea her credit because Chelsea had like when she came back, like she made light of her booking situation, and now with this title, she just elevated it even more. Like I still to this day, the most the best re-sign is Chelsea.
It is. Chelsea was never the type.
Marina got her ass drop kicked. That's what her ass get for being in men's business.
Exactly.
Period. It's not a situation of that. Chelsea's always been one to see the brighter side of every situation. She's always gonna make lemonade out of lemons, and that's fine by me. I like a person who has some resiliency. Ain't nobody gonna be able to tell you who you are and what you are. You might be able to get a few no's, but eventually I'm gonna get a yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how she operates. But I'm not saying that Lyra's not a good wrestler. She is. Character-wise, though, Lyra's not giving anything. And her and Ivy wrestling each other is gonna be boring as hell to me. I don't want to see that.
And I actually, it's because it's a little disappointing because I'm actually rooting for people like, Ivy. But piggybacking on what you said about Shayna, I just feel like my frustration with Shayna is pretty much almost non-existent, because the only reason I say that is because she signed the extension. She signed the new contract. So clearly somewhere in her, like, she's okay with where she is, but there is a blessing in disguise as far as like what's her name? Sonya.
Oh
getting
my God, is
removed.
Marina finally get her ass beat?
Right.
I'm so happy.
I think with her, I feel like Shayna's got to take this opportunity now to get back to singles superstar. But she got comfortable being in the tag, and which is fine. A lot of people get comfortable in that situation. But for Shayna, no. You signed the extension, so that's another 5 years. So, girl, just take advantage and then get back to your singles push. That's how I
think that now she can do that.
Yeah.
Because she's underneath Triple H's rule. But you have to remember, a lot of that time was underneath Vince.
Right, that's true. Touche.
And she wasn't given the opportunity, because it would have, like, okay, so if you ain't never read Becky Lynch's book, in Becky's book, she says, I was the one who was fighting for me to drop the title at Mania to Shayna. And it made sense. You have to think, Shayna went through all of them women in the chamber, took out everybody, got to Mania and lost. That makes no sense. None. So Vince didn't believe in what Shayna brought to the table in terms of the women's division. That was his stifling. So now you're in this particular story and you're moving forward. Vince is gone finally. Officially, he's out. We're in a Triple H era. It's like I'm telling people forever, it's going to take time for him to undo the damage.
Yeah, it's going to take a minute.
Because there's a lot. It's a lot. Like, a lot of people weren't getting opportunities, and they're like, well, we don't see this, and this, and people getting fired. People get fired every single day. That roster was crowded. Tell me it wasn't.
You're not lying. And how long has it been? Has it been 2 years?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they released some people, but it's been a minute since they've had a mass cut.
Yeah.
Okay. But my thing is, like, y'all don't give him a chance. Like, Triple H has to work, and he has to please a lot of people. He got to please us. He got to please them higher ups. Them superstars got to stay happy. Somebody not going to get happy.
Yeah.
Somebody is going to get the short end of the stick. And if at the bottom of the totem pole, it's usually us or the superstars. And I think he would rather sacrifice us than them superstars. Now, some people, I don't agree with the cuts. I feel like some people could have been used for sure. But that's not me. I'm not in the trenches. I don't see everything that they're seeing. We all don't. We're assessing it from the outside looking in. So when we see somebody like Shayna go from being the longest reigning NXT, or one of the longest reigning NXT champions, 2-time NXT champion, to then coming to the main roster and fizzle down, it kind of feels like, okay, like y'all don't believe in her no more. And you think about it, Triple H was the one booking her in NXT. That was his booking.
Right.
So you come back and you're like, okay, Triple H is at the helm. Maybe things will change. She resigned because, first of all, the comfortability of WWE is unmatched.
Right.
There's nobody else who's going to be able to provide you with the comfort, the money, the side deals that you can get, the possible movie deals you can get, the transition into a different career from WWE. There's nobody else that can offer those things to you but WWE. And really, it's like it's like home. I don't have to go on the road no more and do all this weirdo shit. I don't have to. I get paid my base pay. And then when they call me and say, hey, we want to use you this week, I get used.
I pack up my little bag and I'm on my way.
Exactly. Now, I'm not saying that she's happy being in this little rut, but she got put in that team with PFC. PFC was not getting over.
Not at all.
It wasn't getting over. There wasn't much that they could do to get them over. They tried. They had them booked strong. They was winning matches. They was bowling over people, but nobody cared. Like nobody was giving him. And Sonya being at the helm of it, I think it was one of the problems.
I can see that.
Had they switched Shayna over to being what she was or something similar to a version of what she was in NXT, it might have worked. I also don't think Zoe Starks added anything to it either. She is one of the people who don't get no response from the crowd at all. In fact, that was the reason why Dakota was out this last time, was because she suffered the concussion during their match.
Yeah, I guess with wrestling Gina, I don't know. Somebody back there see something with her.
Gina.
Somebody called her. They said she looked like Gina from Martin.
That's why we call her Wrestling Gina.
Oh my god.
They called her Eva Tisha Campbell. That's what they called her.
That's even better.
Evil Tisha Campbell.
That's even better.
They called her the Evil Tisha Campbell.
She looks like her. She looks exactly like her.
I could not see it when they said it, and I said, "Oh my god,
that's the funniest thing I've heard in a long time." But she looks exactly like Tisha Campbell. She just got blonde hair.
Jesus.
But
I think they can fix this. They do have one match, possibly with Bianca or Naomi and Jade going into Mania. You can have something if Bliss don't win the Chamber. Start that shit with her and Nia. I like the interaction between the two of them, and I want Nia to get scared the shit out of. I want to see that. That's gonna be fun.
I think.
Period.
So, I think now that with these releases being done, I got a feeling like, with Zelina, now I feel like this time may be right. I could be wrong, but I think this move may be the move for her. And then with what's her name, Alba Fire, I'm almost sure we got to be patient. But I'm thinking this release with Dawn is about to lead to Alba becoming Kaylee Ray again. So that's gonna take a minute to build, and so I'm gonna let that one simmer. But I think Kaylee Ray is coming back.
I would fucking love that.
I see it happening. Because you ain't got to worry about Dawn anymore.
I saw something. No, wait. I saw something about them trademarking that name.
Kaylee Ray.
Yeah.
So, yeah, bring it back.
I saw something somewhere. I don't remember where I saw it. I didn't think nothing of it because I didn't recognize the name. So I was like, well, why is that important? It didn't even dawn on me that it had something to do with Alba Fire. Yep. But Alba Fire was the longest reigning NXT UK Women's Champion.
Yep.
600 plus days. So, like I said, if Triple H, this is how I feel like you can fix it. Obviously, Triple H can't do everything. So, you can't focus on the women's division, then fine. Pick somebody else who can. Yep. And let them manage those women like they should. Y'all need to have a meeting every week where because y'all obviously book these shows out months in advance, which I don't have a problem with, because when you need to make changes, the changes can be made and people don't feel like they being rushed or they don't have anxiety about going out there and working. But if you put somebody over that women's division, somebody like Molly Holly, or you can give it to a man if you need to, but you need women on that team over there. And
Now
you make sure
TJ,
you
I think TJ is the only one. If it's not Molly, I think as far as a man, it should be TJ.
you can put TJ over there.
I would
But
have TJ do it.
you need somebody who's got a good rapport with the women, who can focus on good storylines with the women. Split your writing team up. So you got writers for the women, writers for the men. Both of those teams need to have an equal part of men, women, and be extremely diverse. Okay? You can get mad about DEI all you want to, but DEI do not equal black. DEI does not mean black. It doesn't mean you're automatically going to be hired because you're black.
Right.
DEI allows you to get your foot in the door and you are assessed based on merit.
Yep. Merit based now.
I want y'all to understand that because you're being fed lies everywhere and nobody takes the time to read or listen. So remember that DEI equals merit. DEI does not equal black. All right?
Word to y'all
Understand
mama.
that. I want you to understand that.
I'm hopeful to say the least. Now, one thing about Triple H is we already know he may have a burner or whatever, but we already know he does pay attention to what's said on social media.
He does. He does,
So,
but he won't deviate from his plan.
True. I do feel well. I think the one thing that could boost them, if we talking about morale boosting with the women, just finally give us an evolution too. I feel like there's still enough women that you can do that match with, and then on top of the women in NXT, you have the partnership with TNA. You can bring a couple of them over for a women's match in Evolution too. So I just feel like it's there.
Yes, but the problem I have is that they can't book right for the main roster. What makes you think they're going to be able to book right for Evolution?
Back if you think about it a little bit, with the exception of Becky and Charlotte, it wasn't really thriving for real back then either. But they made it work.
But I'm talking about under our current regime. Like we're in full mania mode, and the only matches that are, we all know are gonna happen is Jada's wrestling somebody and the two champs got a match. But we know damn well Kevin probably got a match at Mania. You got CM Punk, Cody, and the rest of them probably got matches at Mania. All the male champs probably gonna have matches at Mania. We know all of that.
I do feel like, and I do. That's why I'm affirmed, like with the whole like if the bloodline storyline has taught me anything, it's patience. I do feel like both the mid card women's titles will be on the show. I'm 100% certain that Chelsea will get night 2, Lyra will get night 1. Now the women's tag, because Liv and Raquel got them, 100% they're gonna be on the match card. The question just at this point is who. Now you got Lash and Jakara, but I do feel like the title matches. Now I don't know about standalone singles matches, but I definitely can say now I'm about 60% confident that all the women's title matches will be on the card. Now singles by itself,
Raquel and Liv don't have the titles that long. I don't think they don't have them that long.
Now who? That's the only question. Like, if you are ready to pull the trigger on Jakara and Lash, let that be a Mania moment. That's worth a Mania moment.
You're right.
Now, like I said, I don't know about singles, with the exception of the whole Bianca, Jade, and Naomi fiasco. But I do know I can't speak on the singles other than them, but I do feel that all the women's titles will be on the card. Because you still, like, regardless of the situation, you still getting 6-7 matches on both nights. So they still got to feel it. So as of now, I'm about 60% confident that all the actual women titles will be on the card.
Exactly. So I don't understand the hoopla yet. I'm like, just everyone just let things play out for a second.
You
Now,
know,
if I'm
damn well
wrong,
you ain't gonna do that.
Now, if I'm wrong, I'll come back to this episode and you can clip it. But I just feel like all of them will be. You can clip it and I own up to it. But I'm not like these other like dirt sheets don't own up to their stuff. But I'm gonna own up to what I said. So if I'm wrong, we can come back to this episode. But at least the women's titles will be on the card. Now, I guess the question is who? Because Chelsea not losing no time soon. Lyra, I have no idea, but they're not gonna not have Chelsea on that card. That's why I'm like, a lot of people are just like in panic mode. And like I said, it's the women. I get it. But calm down, y'all. Give it time.
I get what y'all saying. You said each champion gotta have an opponent. That gives what? At least 2 women a shot at Mania. And then the tag team titles, if Liv and Raquel keep them that long, that gives another 2 people a shot at Mania. So you got enough women on the card to equal out to the men. It's not like they're going to be overridden on the match, but they're saying the women want something substantial outside of titles, like what the men get. And to be fair, they do deserve those things. They don't have them. There are not a lot of storylines outside of titles for the women right now. There's only one.
And this is good, but and it goes back to how well can you put yourself over. And unfortunately, like I said, I get what you're saying, but I'm just looking at the list of the rest of the women, and none of them, as of right now, strike my entrance for a Mania match, and not even a Mania throwaway match, not even a pre-show match if they were still doing it.
Well, I can't argue with you there. But like
now we know now here's another thing too. Bayley, we know 100% for sure Bayley is not going to be left off the card.
I don't know about that.
I don't think she's going to be left out.
She might. Bayley ain't never been one to sit to just. She don't mind stepping aside for somebody else.
True. But Bayley
she
is
does it all the time.
Bayley probably the only one as of right now, with the exception of the whole triangle with Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. She's probably the only one that I don't mind having a throwaway match if it comes to that. That as of right now, Bayley is probably the only one.
Fair enough. I can't argue with that.
So you got about 12 as of right now. You have 12 and a couple of possibles as far as women being on that card before we even head out to Vegas.
And we still at 50 plus days.
It's like a randomizer, but actually know the names on them.
We got 50 plus days. Because, I mean, Chelsea and Michin can only fight but so many times at this point. And while I understand Michin's struggle, at the same time, it's like, how many times are you going to compete against Michin? Chelsea got to get some other people under her belt in terms of fighting. And then maybe later on you can double back to Michin and have her beat her. But
I think Zelina, I feel like if they want to pull the trigger, Zelina can have her Mania moment against Chelsea.
Okay.
Now I don't know about Lyra. Who can go against Lyra at Mania? But
everybody.
You know what?
Everybody.
There you go. You know what? Bam. Problem solved right there. Have a battle royal. I know we don't like battle royals when it comes to the women, but have a battle royal. That way you can get a whole showcase of women on the card. Because that's probably the only time you get a lengthy match with the women. If it's a throwaway, for real,
that's what they don't want to do. They mad because that's why they said that's what they do. That's like, we get a battle royal and then everybody's mad, and I'm like, well,
all the women on the card.
When it comes to Mania, it's heavily based on marketability, and I don't think people understand that.
Right.
Like, I legit got into an argument with somebody because they said that they didn't understand why Charlotte was chosen to go up against Tiffany. And I've seen on other podcasts where they're like, she's going to beat Tiffany, and then what? Tiffany going to go off into obscurity. I'm like, no, she will not.
Right.
No, Tiffany she will not.
This is Tiffany's Mania moment, and I feel like even if she doesn't, I don't know, I never go against Charlotte, but I'm not really sure in this case. But Tiffany about to elevate, my personal opinion.
Of course. But also, like Nicole was saying a while ago, Tiffany hasn't really had a true loss that she had to overcome.
True. This would be
The
the
only
one.
one that's right. The only one she's had is when she was in NXT with Becky, and after that, she bounced. You know, she left. She was like, okay, I'm out here. So you come to the main roster, and you've been you've been strapped to the rocket. You've gotten Money in the Bank. You had your attached at the hip to the champion, helping the champion. You've been winning matches left and right. You lost some, true enough, but you haven't really suffered anything like the other women have or the other guys have. You haven't really had any roadblocks. And in order for you to grow as a character and as a person, you have to have roadblocks.
Yep. I mean, I get it.
That,
because, baby, if you go back to Elimination Chamber last year, Tiffany was over. She was even surprised at how over she was with them chants. She couldn't believe it. Like, she's like, dang, they feeling me like that? Okay.
They already hate Charlotte just because she's Charlotte. So,
and I love it. I watched the world burn.
And I was like, y'all dead ass wrong. When that lady came back, she won the Rumble. She comes back to Cleveland and they booed her. I was so disappointed. I'm like, she's out there trying to talk to y'all. If this was anybody else, y'all would have been listening. It's the blatant disrespect that I didn't like. That's why I was like, that's why I hope she win.
I really hope she win. Watch the IWC burn. Oh, I hope she win.
I hope she win just so I can rub it in everybody's face. Just like so I can.
Your knee is shattered. Like literally her knee shattered and her focus was coming back. And then that's the response. Like Bailey had a whole segment and they was locked in after she hurt her knee. Like I get the frustration. I get it. Like I said, it's not easy being a Charlotte or a Roman fan, but I feel like Charlotte should have gotten that exact same grace because that was bad. That's ACL and MCL, and you can still tell that Mania her confidence is definitely pretty much the same as Seth when he first came back. It's not there. She's insecure because that's that automatic fear that your knee gonna get jacked up again. Now Seth tweaked his knee again. So that's her fear. So now she got to get over that wall. So just give her that same grace.
They're not going to.
They're not.
I had somebody tell me they get a physical reaction when she come out there. I literally got ill, and I cussed them out. It don't take much. I try to listen to people and hear what they say, but the moment you say some shit like, man, I just wanted to throw up when I saw her. I was like, bitch, are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? This lady knee gave out on her. It snapped in the middle of a match. She finished the match. She had to. Got pinned. Couldn't walk. Ended up leaving. Not only is she having to deal with that, whatever's going on with her personal life affected her tremendously. Y'all are on social media talking about how her ex-husband dodged a bullet. She on her third marriage. It had to be her. That's the kind of shit I was seeing.
Nothing to do with it.
That's the kind of shit I was seeing in the comments. And then they said they hope her knee give out again. She makes me want to physically ill when I see her. I just want to throw up. I'm just like, y'all understand that what you are saying is weird. Because I didn't see none of y'all have this same anger towards Seth. Seth was out there. He was every week you saw Seth Rollins. Every week. Then Seth comes back. He got a warm welcome. Everybody loved him. Nobody yelled and screamed about how he was on TV every week or how he was having a championship. True enough, he elevated the title. No shade. But Gunther could have easily elevated the title too. But y'all have no issues with that. Roman was champion for damn near 5 years. Roman leaves. He comes back. You cheer for Roman when he came back. You cheered him. Despite the fact this man was a tyrant and fucking up everybody for 5 years. For 5 years.
Master manipulator at that.
And y'all was like, yay, the tribal chief. Charlotte come back. Oh, get this bitch out of here. Your misogyny is just running wild.
Mm-hmm.
Really need to check that because y'all didn't do any of the other men this way. And these men, some have suffered major surgery, like CM Punk, gone 10 fucking years. Shows up at Survivor Series.
Ate it up.
Welcome back. Everybody's happy. Gets injured at Royal Rumble. He's out. Popping up every now and then. Everybody's happy. I can't make it up. And then you marginalize it because you say, well, they didn't do what Charlotte was doing. Charlotte isn't the reason why her booking is the way that it is.
Exactly.
But you blame her regardless.
Because it's easy to.
She always has to eat the problems. Then you say shit like, well, Charlotte doesn't switch over. She hasn't gone face. She can't because you won't let her. Because she comes out there and she tries to be vulnerable and talk to you. And what did you do? You booed the shit out of her. So now that she's leaning into it, you got a problem. I'm just saying. Maybe you should unpack that in your own time in therapy. Because some of y'all got issues.
And let's be for real. Who else? Like, once they start doing the videos with Charlotte, said, I'm already going to go ahead and say Charlotte is coming back. She'll be ready for the Rumble. And she's probably going to win it. Now, who else, with Tiffany being her being a title holder, who else is going to give Tiffany that Mania moment like Charlotte's getting ready to do?
They would have preferred Alexa Bliss do it.
And it just, like I said, it makes perfect sense for Charlotte because this is literally you wrestling the mini version of you.
That's her daughter. I've been saying
your daughter.
I'm like, this is her daughter.
Battle with a moonsault.
Definitely should.
Battle with a blind.
Right.
Like it's
right.
It's there. Like when Tiffany first pulled up to the main roster, said, one day, I don't know when, but we're getting Tiffany versus Charlotte. I don't know where it's at, when it's gonna happen, but I'll be seated for it because that's perfect mother-daughter match right there.
100%.
Since I can't get the mother-daughter match I wanted, I'm gonna get the second best mother-daughter.
Which was what?
I wanted my favorite women's wrestler AJ back against Sasha. I wanted that. I was probably one of the only ones that wanted that match. But it's not happening.
Oh,
I get that
AJ Lee is living her best life, child.
It was the
Listen, AJ, I don't know if you come across this, but if I could just get Let's Light It Up one more time, I just need that.
Child.
I need that one more time.
You better go on Apple Music.
No, I've done that. It's a part of my playlist. It's on my workout playlist. I need it in a WWE ring. Like I told my friend,
listening to Light It Up. Lord,
I love. Yeah, before Charlotte, it was AJ. Like literally, before Charlotte I was a fan of Charlotte. I was a diehard AJ Lee fan. I can go further back. Before AJ, it was Kelly Kelly. Don't judge me, but it was Kelly Kelly. And then before that, it was Lita. I love me some Kelly Kelly. Don't judge me. If y'all on this live, don't judge me. But Kelly Kelly was one of my number one favorites before AJ and Charlotte even pulled up.
Not Barbara.
Yes, Barbara.
Girl.
What's her last name? Blank.
Yes.
Dead serious.
That's crazy. I ain't mad at you though. That's fine if you like Kelly Kelly and AJ Lee. I don't care. I didn't think it would be AJ Lee. I don't know. I thought it might have been Beth Phoenix.
Okay. They were on my list, but we talk about number one. Yeah.
It's fine by me. It's whatever makes y'all happy.
She like, yeah, I guess.
She said, "What
Was it I didn't hate AJ Lee. I thought she was a little overly arrogant, but then again, she's married to Phil, so
okay, so right, exactly.
Two peas in a pod. So I'm not surprised. But she did some dastardly shit. So
which is valid. That is valid.
The storyline with Caitlyn really pissed me off.
Yes, you're right. I knew you was gonna bring that up. That's valid.
I'm like, she's such a psychopath. Like, what is wrong with you?
That is valid.
Something is not okay up there. But
I'm with you
other than that, like, it was good TV though. I really hated her for a long time because of that. I was like, she's such a bitch. But I don't have a problem with her per se. She cut some promos that when I found out that these were shoot promos, I was just like, ooh. I don't really care about how the Bellas felt because I don't like them hoes, no way. But everybody else,
nobody like the Bellas, dang.
I mean, no, there's people who like the Bellas. She got a whole Bella army. Because I know we used to have, when we had the podcast, we would talk and we would just talk shit. And they were mad. Like, they would flag the podcast. They'd be on our page cussing us out. I'm like, these motherfuckers are next over this bullshit. I'm like, wow. So they got stands, as they call them.
The only reason I had to stand initially is because I'm a twin. If it's a set like the Usos, I stand any set of twins like this in wrestling. But of course, I started liking Brie more. So I'm like, okay, a nigga, she can go on about her business, but Brie the youngest of us set. I'm the youngest of my set, so I'm always gonna stand Brie. But yeah, that's for my appreciation for the Bella story because they're twins. That's easy.
Girl.
Not the Bianca.
I can't do it. Girl, I'm fine with you liking them. I got a friend named Don who is infatuated with Nikki Bella. He loves Kelly. That's all. He be in there just going off on Barbara Child. And I'm just like, please. But you know what? He's okay. He did like the Divas during their time, but he has his favorites now too. So he enjoys wrestling. He's just enjoyed all eras of wrestling. I am of the school of thought that I appreciate what the Divas did, but I want to be focused on the now. Mm-hmm. And that's why I asked, like, what can they do to fix the issues with the women's division? Because I don't want it to get worse. I want things to improve. And I want the girls to have equal time. I want them to use the time wisely. Like, this past Friday, they cut Bianca, Liv, and Naomi's segment for The Rock, which wasn't, in my opinion, was unnecessary. Like I said, they could have had that particular segment done in a cinematic way. And throughout the night, we got clips of them talking at this dinner. And then we hear the offer from The Rock at the end of the night. And it actually is what closes out the show. Sometimes I feel like they don't think things through. And they're just like, we're just going to let Rock go off the cuff. And they're like, we'll cut the women's match. They'll be fine. They could have cut DIY's tag team match with Pretty Deadly, honestly. Because nobody cares about DIY. I'm being honest, they barely get a pop when they go out there. And this whole moment of silence shit that they're doing isn't working.
The only time they get a pop is when they turn on each other. That's it. That's one group that can turn on each other, become besties, and they'll eat it up.
Mm-hmm. I'm tired.
No more watch, rinse, repeat.
No, like, they can turn on each other and it'll be fine. It'll just be like Kevin Owens and Sammy all over again, which is fine. I don't have a problem with it. It's just they got to figure out another way to do things. Everything don't have to go the same route. Now, they are taking stories from their feuds. Like, if you look at Jade, Bianca, and Naomi's story, this is an old callback to one of Triple H's stories. And hopefully, if it plays out right, then it really is one of Triple H's old stories being played out. Because if they do it right, Jade will pop up on the screen on the Titantron and she'll accuse whoever attacked her, she'll accuse them. So it is what it is. I'm not gonna hold y'all here much longer. All I asked is to see where everybody's mindset was when it came to the women's division and what they could fix if they saw anything wrong. And Britt and Nicole made some valid points about the women themselves having the depth of character to be put over enough to make it to Mania. Because I say this often, and I promise we'll get out of here. When it comes to Mania or the Big Five, like Money in the Bank, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and even in SummerSlam, which is like the second biggest show for the main roster, the show is booked based off of what is going to sell tickets. Who's going to put asses in seats? And I'm sorry, as much as y'all may claim to want new people, you really don't. You want the people you like that may be popular. So you probably would have been happy if Liv Morgan won the Royal Rumble over Charlotte Flair because it isn't Charlotte Flair. And you wanted somebody like Liv to win. But if somebody like Lyra Valkyria would have won, you wouldn't have cared about her and her journey. Of course, they would build it up, but that is not a highly marketable match. It just isn't. As much as you would like to believe that the Royal Rumble is made to put people over, it isn't. It's just an easy way for people to get behind the person that is selected so they can make up a lot of hoopla about who they're going to pick in terms of being champion. At least for now, because at one point they were selected to go after the current champion when it was just one champion. So, food for thought. Like Nicole and Britt said, maybe we just wait and let things play out before you start making assumptions. And remember, all the black women on the roster are going to be at Mania. All of them.
When you get done, that's the point right there. I can't really complain because all of the sisters about to have a Mania.
All the black women are going to be there.
I got no complaints.
All of them. All of the black girls.
And it's not it's not a throwaway match. Like, it's a match that's been in the bill for weeks now.
Correct.
So I'm here. I can't complain.
Yep. All of them going to be there. So I'm just saying.
So, like, like, in the words of Andrew Caldwell, who are me the judge? Because the sisters are gonna be on that card. That's it.
That's the show. So Seiko bounced a little early because he got mad because he had to drive the girls around for Mania. So he's not.
I cannot wait to get to Vegas.
He said that he gonna drive y'all around and he's gonna play John Cena's entire CD the whole time.
That's fine. He still got to have a dry Thursday.
Make him put on the tux.
No. I hope that they document this and they vlog this so I can upload this because I need to see it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna set up the Google Drive so they can send me all the files.
Like, Nicole, we gotta make this. We gotta make this lit.
I need all of the files. I need all of them. I need to be able to put this up as a vlog because I have to see this. So,
like, I'm gonna have to try my absolute best.
I got you.
I'm gonna have to see clips every night because it's gonna be something. Now Thursday gonna be the funniest because he can't drink it while they
Poor child.
That's gonna be funny because if y'all was at Wale Mania in what was that, Dallas, I gotta post that clip in the group because, baby, he was turned. It was Casamigos o'clock. He talking about some. I don't know how much money I spent on this car. I just know I kept going back and forth to the bar.
Jesus, that's crazy.
And he was like, every time I turned around, he came back, and it got to the point he came back with just random drinks. Like, they heard if y'all want them. I'm like, what is it? First of all. I ain't messing with Cinco because when we went to Wale Mania in Philly, he literally came when we went to VIP, if you want to call it VIP. I turn around, he gone. He come back talk about something. You already know we gotta take a shot. What? Okay.
That's wild. It sounds like Cinco got the card for the alcohol. You might want to stick close to him.
Okay.
You ain't got to worry about buying no liquor. Just tell Cinco, look, hey, you got me cool. You ain't got to worry
about us out all night and over the weekend because this bet is only for Thursday.
Nicole will make sure she get her fill, so don't worry about it.
Hey, all he got, I'll do whatever. Like, we can listen to John Cena on repeat as long as he take me to the best dispensary. Because, baby, 420 is that. Okay, listen.
I don't indulge say that too.
I don't indulge like that, but I'm going to indulge in Vegas because of that.
Fair enough. As long as y'all have a good time, that's all that matters. So, everybody, I hope y'all enjoyed this show. I'm going to let these folks get out of here because I know they got to go to work. So, I'm going to let them get out of here, go to bed so they can get up in the morning. If y'all want to follow us on our socials, all of the socials are always scrolling at the bottom. Y'all can always find everybody per the socials. This is the podcast socials. I didn't put their personals up there. Some of them have their info in their names like Rashard does, but everybody else, you can find them at the social scrolling at the bottom on Twitter and Instagram. So we'll be back probably after Elimination Chamber. It might be a few weeks if I can get everybody together, but we'll come back and we'll talk about the chamber, Cody's decision, and where everything is headed, because I so want to be right about this with John Cena. I so want to be right about this because I can be like, oh, I had it from the beginning. So I can't wait. I really want to see this. I'm very interested in both the chambers because they're so vast. You really don't know who's going to win. And I like that. That's one of the reasons why everybody is really looking forward to it, because they don't know what's going to happen. And that's the fun part about watching the PLEs now, is that we don't predict everything. And we're just watching and we're like, okay, well, this could happen or this could happen. And that's the fun part. So hopefully everything works out. If I recall, Elimination Chamber is supposed to start at 7. The kickoff is supposed to start at 6. So we might be able to end Elimination Chamber between 9 and 10. So somewhere around that time frame, hopefully. And with that, I'm going to let y'all go. Have a good night. You can follow us on our socials if you want to. It's totally up to you. I'm going to split this episode up into 2 parts because it's over 2 hours. So y'all be easy, and we'll see you guys next time.